Okay, so these are the basic banjo rolls from the Earl Scruggs book. This is the first one, the forward roll. One E and two E and one E and two E and one E and two E and now at a faster tempo, an even faster tempo. Okay, so that's the first one. Now we have the backward roll, which is starting on the first string, second string, and then fifth string. One E and two E and one E and two E and one E and two E and so that's the backward roll, and I'll play it a little faster. Sorry. Okay. Now the next one is called the reverse roll. It's going to start on the third string, third, second, first, fifth, first, second, third, first. T I M T M I T M. I'll do it slowly first. Whoops. Let me try that again. Sorry. Let me do that one more time. All right, so if I count it out, it sounds like this. One E and two E and 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 then at a faster tempo. All right, so that's the reverse roll. Then we have the alternating thumb pattern, which is going to have the thumb playing first, and then thumb plays every other note. So for this one, we're going to be doing thumb, index, middle, index. So thumb first plays on the third string, then you have the index, then thumb plays on the fifth string, and then you have middle, and you just repeat that. One E and two E and 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 all right, then we have the next, the Foggy Mountain Roll. And this one, you have to use your index finger and your thumb on the same string at the beginning. Index, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, index, middle, thumb. So let me do that a couple times. One E and two E and one E and two E and then at a faster tempo. Sorry. Okay, that's the those are all of the basic rolls. And then we have those three little examples at the very bottom of the page. So I'll play through each of those. So the first one starts with an eighth note and then has some 16th notes. So we'll count that as this. One and two E and Let me do that again. One and two E and one and two E and Now this one's not very easy to repeat because it does something that you should never do in banjo, which is to repeat a finger right in a row. And in order to repeat this one, I have to play the thumb twice. So this one isn't the best, but you can at least kind of see how it works. So it goes one and two E and one and two E and now the next ones are easy to repeat because The one in the middle there at the bottom of the page, it has an eighth note at the beginning and an eighth note at the end. So you'll count it a little differently. It's
But
going to go like,
it's still the thumb though, right?
yeah, yeah. So thumb, index, middle, thumb, index, middle, index, thumb. Okay, is how that one goes. T-T-I-M-I-T. One and two E and is the rhythm there. So let me play it a couple times. One and a two E and 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 one and a two E and. Sorry, I was hitting the wrong string with my thumb a couple of times there, but let me try it again. That's how it should sound, okay? And then the last one there on that bottom of the page on the right is this. One E and a two and one E and a two and now remember now notice on the very last one you actually have to play two together with your thumb and your middle on the fifth and the first strings.
What if one of those was in parentheses? What does that mean?
I don't see any in parentheses on here. Are there?
No.
What do you see? Oh! I see the ones the little T that stuff. Yeah, that's just showing you which fingers are playing each of the notes.
Oh no, in this example, there's no parentheses, but
Oh.
sometimes they put the zero when you're playing two strings,
Mm-hmm.
one of them, like the MT, the last note there.
Yeah, there. It depends. I'd have to see the specific example that you're talking about. Did
Also,
you did you see one? Did you see one on some of the stuff you were looking at online?
Yeah.
Had the sometimes they'll put the parentheses on a note when it's meant to be held out over another note. So that's probably what it is.
And I think that's how they explain it. I just don't know. I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah, yeah, and I'll make sure that you kind of understand those things as we're actually looking at real songs. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'm going to stop the recording here since we went through all of those.